Devising 24+1 has been a fascinating, fun and thoroughly new way of creating a classical album for me. For someone who has always revelled in the unusual, forgotten or unknown repertoire, the idea of compiling a new selection or set of 24 preludes with 24 different composers, also employing modern resources, was an absolute delight. Chopin, Shostakovich and Scriabin's sets work through the circle of fifths, with the major key followed by its relative minor. The order I eventually settled on was ascending in chromatic order from C major through to B minor, as Bach employed in his 48 Preludes and Fugues. I was determined not to feature Chopin, Rachmaninoff, Scriabin or Shostakovich purely because there is so much wonderful music which demands a place on record, and may not have been featured aside from complete surveys of certain composers. This entire process for me was akin to being left in a sweet shop as a child, surrounded and inspired by temptation. Some of my personal highlights in this unique collection of music are the opening track by the German composer Harold Gemsma, the Stamford G-flat Prelude. Georgian composer Edouard Abramyan and his F-sharp minor Prelude. And the final +1 track by André Previn in C major, taken from The Invisible Drummer. This journey of selecting exactly where and what to program within this juxtaposing series or creation took many twists and turns. Inevitably, there are a few pieces already within my repertoire which I've been keen to record. For example, this York Bowen G-sharp minor Prelude. Yevgeny Svetlanov's D major Prelude, taken from his 12 Preludes. A recurring dilemma was that I could only choose one prelude per key, and it didn't always follow on, from, or into the next piece. At that point, I would effectively begin the whole creative process again to try and realise my perfect cycle of preludes. Busoni was just 15 when he wrote his 24 preludes, but this A major prelude sounds to me like a nod to Bach. Hans Gaal wrote his 24 preludes during a fortnight's hospital stay as a birthday present to himself. American composer Richard Cumming, commissioned by pianist John Browning, who stipulated that they should be as hard as possible, gave the premiere in 1969 and later recorded them. The +1 idea was largely inspired by Alcan's 25 Preludes, which finished with a prayer in C major. I thought the idea of completing or resolving the entire scale with something light-hearted, following on from otherwise fairly turbulent music, would be a fitting close to this musical rollercoaster. André Previn's C major prelude from his Invisible Drummer cycle of 5 preludes seems like the perfect choice. The journey of 24+1, from researching repertoire, designating a composer or piece purely down to one key signature within the circle of fifths, right through to the recording process, has been a truly amazing experience which we will be following up. Watch this space.